So colorwork has always been so inspiring to me. They're so beautiful, but I must admit I'm still so intimidated when it comes to colorwork patterns. But I have accumulated over time some patterns that are just absolutely beautiful. I want to share with you just 15 of these patterns that hopefully they will inspire you, and hopefully I will feel brave enough to knit some of these patterns. I do have a few that are definitely beginner friendly, definitely doable, and some for me personally are aspirational. So whether you're new to like doing color work, there's something for you. And whether you've been there, done that, these are just some beautiful, just some amazing color work patterns. So hopefully stick around and enjoy. Alrighty, well, let's jump right into it. I have these slides. I'm looking at the information right here. So actually, we're going to look at these beautiful, stunning colorwork slides together. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about them. But yeah, if you're anything like me, you love colorwork, you think it's amazing, but you feel so hesitant to actually dive in and start, let's be each other's like cheerleaders and encourage each other to actually knit these patterns, because I have done two colorwork patterns before, but for my kids, like it was super simple. I'll probably try to post a picture. I made one for my daughter that she's worn so many times that she's growing out of it now. I made one for my son, and he has yet to wear it. He doesn't like change so much, so I had to give him time to warm up to actually wear that sweater. But yeah, those two patterns were definitely simple. They were, the purple one that I did for my daughter was my entry to color work, and I felt like it was okay. It definitely did. What is that word when I guess your stitches become really, really tight when you're doing color work? I had problems with that, but when I blocked it, it really evened out and it looked nice. With my son's sweater, that one was super easy. It was almost like just knitting a little bit of stripes, and I didn't have any problem with bunching. And that yarn, I used like drops air for that. It gave really great stitch definition, and I didn't have any problem with bunching. It looked really well. So doing those little entry patterns has given me the boldness, hopefully, to embark on some of these beautiful patterns that I'll show you right now. Little disclaimer. If I mispronounce any names, totally apologize. I'm going to do my best to pronounce the names of these designs and the designers, but excuse me in advance if I say some of the names wrong. But let's dive in. Ah, so beautiful. This is one of the definite beginner-friendly patterns. So simplistic. It's essentially like doing stripes, but then it looks like the top and the bottom are a little bit of color work. Absolutely beautiful. Let's look at some information. It's called Nice by Anne Vinsel. And it looks like you have to use 3mm needles and 3.5mm. So I'm going to say millimeters because that's what I pay most attention to instead of the US, but I have the US and millimeters, as you can see on the screen. But yes, so you use, for the yarn weight, it's a lace plus a fingering weight, which equals DK, so they're holding those together. The sizes, she only has from small to extra large. Two of these patterns, this one and the next one, aren't as size inclusive, but the rest are. But I still love these patterns so much, and maybe you're at the point in your knitting where you can make adjustments to it, hopefully to fit better. But I want to show these patterns still because, give them grace, I think they're probably smaller designers, so at this time they only had these 4 sizes. And the price for this pattern is $8.09, which I think is a great price. But look, it's absolutely beautiful. I think a problem, or part of my problem or fear of actually knitting color work, is the whole decision phobia, to have to decide of all the colors to use in the color pattern, which one's going to look good, which ones are going to stand out. That really gives me so much anxiety. But something like this, I think it's absolutely perfect because you just have to pick 2 colors. And to be honest, these are the 2 colors I would pick. I already have, it looks like she used Issachar yarn alpaca. I already have an alpaca yarn with this beautiful drape in this brown kind of color. And I have a black kind of heather to black dark gray alpaca, which I can totally see myself knitting this up today. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It seems like a perfect transitional piece as well, because alpaca is a little bit warmer, but it's short sleeves, so it seems like the perfect outfit to kind of transition you into fall. But yeah, I think this is definitely a great choice if you're new to color work, and it's work top down, which is definitely my preference. And she just talks a little bit about it. All the patterns that I'm showing you, I found on Ravelry, with the exception of one I think I just saw on Instagram, but I created a bundle in Ravelry with all this, so that'll be linked down below in the description. But yeah, I think this is absolutely beautiful, and it's just perfect introduction pattern to color work. And this next pattern as well, Kita, I love my geometric shapes. And all these pieces that I'm showing you, I personally feel like they're timeless. Like something like this, I feel like you can knit it now and wear it for years to come. I think it's so beautiful. Again, I love the color. It'll be so easy for you to just select 2 colors that you love that will go beautifully for this pattern. The needle size that you'll use is 3.0 millimeter or 3.5 millimeter. And again, it's a DK. They're holding a lace and fingering weight together. And again, just these first 2 are not very size inclusive. They only have up to, looks like just 3 sizes, 1, 2, and 4. But the price is $9.71, which I think is a great price for one of these patterns. But I think this is so beautiful, and looks like just the top part is solid and the rest is using color work. And I don't believe in the pattern. Yeah, they didn't have any construction details on this, but it looks like it's like a Nordic kind of look and design. But yeah, I think this is beautiful, and I still think this would be a good, after you knit the first one, this would be a good second color work pattern to get into. And then next we have, now we're getting a little bit more color. I think this one's so beautiful. I personally couldn't see myself wearing something like this, but I definitely see it for my sister because she's a little bit more adventurous. She loves wearing textures. She loves wearing colors. And I can also see something like this for my daughter. I don't think they had a kid size for this, but I just think it's beautiful. I think the choice of yarn is beautiful. It looks like they have 3 different yarns. Oh, let me pop up the name. Excuse me. This one is the chain sweater. And the needle size is 3.75 and a 3 millimeter, and it's a fingering weight yarn, and they have from up to size 9, so 1 through 9, so that's awesome. And the price of this is $8. But yeah, it looks like they're holding a silk mohair together with a different blended mohair and a merino wool. So they have 3 different yarns in this pattern. And also, this is another one where I can imagine I can find colors that go. Like, this is not, the way it's blocked out the coloring, it's not overwhelming. It looks like they're using a beautiful variegated yarn, which adds to the different color work. But I believe I can actually find yarn that I enjoy and colors that I enjoy. Like, this wouldn't overwhelm me too much. So we're off to a good start. But I just think this looks so beautiful. And again, a perfect transitional piece because it is a fingering weight project. And the next, oh. You know when you look at something and it just makes you smile? This is one of those outfits. I just think this is so beautiful. I love the color, and even the model is just happy in this knit. I just think this is absolutely amazing. This one's called Gentle Rain. And the needle size is 3.5, 3.25. It's a DK weight yarn, and they have up to size 10, which is awesome. And the price is $8. I just think this is so beautiful. But these are one of the knits where they're starting to get like, oh my gosh, so many colors. Which one would I have to pick? But to be honest, I could see myself wearing this. It's gorgeous. So it's a tee. It's worked seamlessly from the top down, and it says it's using 4 colors. And it says an uncomplicated rain-shaped stranded colorway. So that's good. They're saying it's uncomplicated, which is nice. They say the pattern includes instructions for modifying the circumference of the sleeves and for changing the length of the yoke to fit your gauge. Well, that's good. So it sounds like they have different details where you can actually tailor. So absolutely beautiful. And I love the bright colors, but of course you'll pick whichever colors suit you best. And next we have, another beauty. This one is the Bliss Sweater. This one, when I saw it, I'm just like, I want to make that, but I want to make it into a cardigan. I would totally knit this and make sticking lines so I could cut it up and make it into a cardigan. But yeah, beautiful. There's the details there. She has good range, up to 7 sizes, and it's only $8 for the pattern. And you see the needle sizes there. And for the gauge, it's 19 stitch and 24 rows. Yardage, it looks like 1,422 to 2,700 yards, which, I mean, that sounds like about right for colors. And this next one here, now this sweater is actually what has pushed me over to the top, that I said to myself, I am going to knit myself a color work pattern. So this sweater is by Zanette Knits. I follow her on Instagram, and she has absolutely beautiful design. Let's look through her Instagram page because I believe she deserves a moment. Okay, so yeah, so here's her Instagram page because I just feel like you need to see all the beautiful, like, look at this one here. I was going to put this one up. There's so many of her designs. I mean, I could have filled this whole page just talking about her work, but I felt like I should give some other designers some air. But yeah, look how beautiful. Oh my goodness, she's just playing around with the different weights. I just feel like she has the most amazing design and color work design. Look at the detail of this. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I just feel like she really needed. Look at this. I feel like this could be a good intro sweater as well. I just really felt like she needed a moment. Look at the socks. That's my next thing to try colorwork socks. I think that could be super fun. But she just has such intricate, just beautiful details. I feel like I've never. And look at this one here. And although I personally wouldn't wear something like this, well, maybe I would. This just seems so difficult to make with all those little bobbles. Her difficulty level just seems so high and very intimidating, but yeah. So look her up on Instagram. Oh, sorry, I'm going too fast for the screen, but there she is. Absolutely beautiful designs. I just felt like she needed a moment. But yeah, so she comes up on my Instagram feed and I'm always looking at her stuff but feeling too intimidated to actually work on. But then this sweater came up. And so it's still out in testing actually. It hasn't come out yet. So just follow her page to wait for when it's actually ready, when the actual design has been published. But yeah, so I actually wanted to do the test knit. In my last vlog, go ahead and check it out. My last podcast, my podcast 3, I had bought this one yarn. Maybe I'll pop a picture of it. I bought this one yarn and this is what I do. I buy yarn that I think is so beautiful, but I might not have any project for it. But I'm like, oh, I'll just buy a sweater's quantity of this yarn. So I bought this beautiful yarn, but I've been having a hard time finding what project I want to actually knit with it. So I kind of had that yarn in the back of my mind, but then I'm always seeing her page. Then this one popped up. When I saw this, I immediately thought of that yarn like, oh my gosh, it would be so beautiful. I love the way she's experimenting with the weight. So essentially she has a DK weight yarn, which is like that black color, and a fingering mohair yarn, which is the lightly variegated yarn, which, oh my gosh, so beautiful. But so she's playing around with using fingering, not holding it together, but using it as part of the color work. So I already have the yarn that I'm going to use. I'm so happy I can use for my stash. So I'm going to use this one alpaca yarn, which is like, it's, what do you call it? I guess it's like a moral. It's like a gray, dark gray, black with a lighter gray color mix. And I have this gray mohair. So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's going to look so pretty. So I just love this. And I think it's a perfect entry if you're new to color work. I don't know. I feel like this will be simple to do. Maybe it'll be difficult because you're holding mohair in one hand and then maybe holding this DK in the other. But I feel like this is a very doable and manageable. And I just think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So I'm super excited. This is definitely, I will knit this pattern. The other ones, I have no specific timeline. I know I eventually will knit some. This is not like my planned color work. I'm just like sharing these beautiful color work patterns that inspire me. But this one I'm absolutely going to knit. As soon as the pattern comes out, I am grabbing it. I tried to join the test knit. She's in Europe. And so when I saw the test knit, it was later the day and it was already fully closed booked. So I couldn't, I literally saw it probably like 7 o'clock in the morning, but I guess it's been running all day in her time. But I'm so excited about this. Totally gonna knit it up. I just think it's so beautiful. Do you love it as much as I do? I think it's so beautiful and it's going to be a good entry into getting me to like do color work and oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But yes, so limited information because this pattern is not yet out, but stay tuned. So next we have, oh, another one. Again, I totally could have done just like 15 beautiful patterns that she's designed, but I wanted to mix it up, but I had to have this one in it because I think it's gorgeous. But yeah, so this one is called Diamond Grow Sweater. I love the way the color work extends beyond when you split the sleeves. I just think it's so how it's starting small, getting larger. Everything about knitting at her type of design is just so detail oriented, and there's always like a story behind what she's designing, but I think this is absolutely beautiful. It's only $9.72 US, and she has up to 9 sizes. It's a sport weight yarn, 28 stitches. I feel like I get 28 stitches on a fingering weight, but I guess it's sport weight, but you're knitting on a 2.75. So something like this, because it's essentially like fingering wear, really small needles, you definitely putting a lot of love in this knit. That's why I love the way it looks, because I feel like it's timeless. If you're putting so much into your work, you want to make sure you'll be able to wear years to come. And this design, I definitely feel like you can wear this years to come. I think it's so stunning. Whatever colors you pick. I'm not really a red person. I don't think I'll pick red. Who knows which color I will pick, but this is so beautiful. But yeah, diamond grow sweater. And the next one we have here, now this one I know I've seen on like maybe Instagram or other people posting their final or their works in progress or their final product, but this is so beautiful. This is the Antique Flora by Wool and Pine. I love, every time I see things like this is where I get intimidated, like what colors am I actually going to pick? And they have this beautiful gradient on there. You see all the sizes that they have, which have a nice range. The amount is $8.75. The needle size, so it's a DK weight, which is good. Needle size 3.5 to 4 millimeter. And I believe for this pattern, it says the pattern includes a precise row by row fade instructions. So this is so nice. They're going to hold your hand a little bit for people like me who will be like, how am I supposed to fade this? How am I supposed to pick the colors? They actually have instructions in the pattern, row by row fading, and kind of give you guidance on which colors to pick and how to like fade out, which I think is awesome because they're doing this like beautiful marley look. But yeah, this is such a beautiful sweater. I can't even imagine myself in the near future knitting it, but maybe this is one of my aspirational, I don't know. When I look at it, I'm just like, ooh, can I do it? But why not? Let me start with that other sweater, then we'll see where we go from there. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. And next we have, this is another one that just puts a smile on my face. Look at that. Look at the color, but just imagine trying to figure out which colors to do. This is so beautiful. This is the Rumble Raglan by Lydia Morrow. Absolutely stunning. Another fingering weight, but it's a tee. Again, perfect to me, a transitional outfit. But oh dear. The price is $20.81. Oops, I made a mistake in the PowerPoint. For the yarn weight, I put the needle size as well. But let me see, I guess. So the gauge, it says the gauge is 28 stitches and 28 rows. So it looks like it's going to be fingering weight. Let me open up my Ravelry. I have my iPad right here, so okay. Yes, fingering weight yarn. But this is so beautiful, but whoa. So this pattern is quite pricey. I think for me, but it looks like, oh, okay. So it says here, that she provides a discount code. She provides a discount code for you. It says the pattern is, what does it say? It is important for me that this pattern is financially accessible. And so for my low income customers, the pattern can be purchased at 33% off using the code, and she gives you a code, or it can be purchased at 66% off, and then she gives you the code. So that's awesome. So if this is too pricey for you, then you'll be able to use the discount code. It's just completely on the honor system. And the next pattern we have, now this one I just think is cute. It's not necessarily my style. I would love to knit this for my daughter. She already saw this and was trying to pick out colors. This one's called the Tata Matlida. And let's see, the needle. I'm not even saying names anymore, but Marzius, I just feel like I butcher stuff tomorrow. I'll just say the sweater pattern and the information's up there. But I think this is so pretty. It's not my style because I really don't wear flowers, but I was drawn to it automatically because it's a gradient and the flow. I don't know. I just always like pulling out things that give me inspiration. This would be so cute for my little one who's 5 years old. So that's why I have that in here. Alrighty. The next we have seamlessly from the top down, simple raglan shaping, and it has her Latvian, because this designer is from Latvia, motif. Super cute. I still think this is beginner friendly, but you tell me, since I really don't knit color work so much. I hear that it is difficult to knit color work flat and it's easier in the front in the round, and I'm assuming it's because people don't enjoy knitting flat. They prefer knitting in the round, which is how I am. I prefer knitting in the round, but that's why I'm assuming that people say it's more difficult to do this because it's flat. Because I can imagine if you're going flat and you're just knitting the color work, you're following the chart. I guess as we're doing the chart on the purl side, but nonetheless, I've never did any color work flat, but I just wanted to put this option in there because I think this is really nice. And maybe you're at that point where you can just knit in the round and then make sneaking lines and then turn into a cardigan later, which I love that option. But yeah, but at least it's knit from top down. And next we have, oh, this is so beautiful. This is, I believe it's French Fosette. Now this is a tee, another item that I think will be a perfect transitional piece. I just love the color of this like gold rust color with the blue. I just think this is such a beautiful color combination. See, when I see something like this, I would feel like I would just try to pick out these same colors because I would have such a hard time picking out different ones, but I actually love the way this color combination looks. Only $7 for this beautiful pattern. It's a t-shirt, 19 stitches for the gauge, 19 stitches and 25 rows. Because of the tee, doesn't take up too much yarn, just 435 to 120 yards, and of course you could change that into meters. And she used a yarn Dream in Color Everlasting DK and 29 Bridges Studio Merino. But love this color combination. I can imagine for myself I would want to knit this in long sleeves. I just feel like, I don't know, it lends itself to long sleeve. And something like this, I think, I haven't seen the pattern, but it seems like you'll be able to figure out and repeat the pattern for the sleeves with no problem, hopefully. But yeah, I just think this is so beautiful. Another one of my aspirational knits. It just looks so complicated, right? This is definitely one of my aspirational knits that maybe someday when I'm at that point, I'll be able to knit something like this. And next we have, oh, this is beautiful. Love this one. Look at the cut, and I love the colors as well. I feel like I would do the same, use a cream and then some variegated yarn underneath. But this one's called the Spot Sweater by Ann Vinsel, and I've seen a lot. I believe I follow her on Instagram, so she has a lot of beautiful sweaters, cozy, and she uses like this design and this motif in a lot of her work. But so lovely. And next we have, this is another one which I feel like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I love too how this one, the color work is at the bottom, because a lot of the sweaters you see it at the yoke all over, but I like how you just have the little hint at the bottom and on the cuffs. I think that's super pretty. And maybe my color selection is so boring because when I see this, I'm like, I want this in a dark gray and white. Automatically when I saw this pattern, I'm like, dark gray and white. I need to maybe get more color in my life, but I think this would be so beautiful in like a heather kind of dark gray and like a cream color. Oh, gorgeous. But yeah, and look at that, this pattern's free. So this is a light fingering weight, 28 stitches and 36 rows. That's the gauge. I guess they didn't give too much information on there, but yeah, you can actually just open up and look at the pattern and go for it. But yeah, I think this is super cute, fun kind of appeal, but it looks like something you could dress up if you wanted to. That's another thing about these color work things to me. I feel like they look so dressy. Again, they just seem so specific, like you're wearing that, so you gotta like go all out. It's not like hide behind the scenes. But I think I just need to change my mindset, wear more colors, wear more prints and patterns, and let myself know prints and patterns can be an everyday outfit, right? It doesn't just have to be solid colored and boring. And next we have another beautiful piece by Caitlin Hunter. The needle size is 3.75 millimeters and 3.25. It's a fingering weight yarn. And that beautiful size range. It looks like, yeah, up to 10 sizes, which is awesome. And it only costs $9 for this, US dollars for this pattern. But this is so beautiful. I love the way they use the variegated yarn to do the center lace motif. This looks so elegant. You can definitely elevate this sweater, like wear some really nice black dress pants and the heels, or you could be more comfortable how she's wearing with the jeans. I just think it's so beautiful. And it's simplistic, like they just have this beautiful bold design up front and then just a solid color. I love this little. Yeah, she used hedgehog fiber sock for this and Republic wool fingering weight yarn. So yeah, totally beautiful. Love that. And last but not least, look at this. So gorgeous. This is definitely on my to-do, but these are one of those knits too that I get intimidated. But I think if I were to knit this, I would really try to match the color scheme that she has because I really like the color. This is called Spark by Andrea Mowry, another designer which I see all the time on Instagram, and I follow her on Instagram, but I have yet to knit any of her patterns. But this looks beautiful. It just feels like this can work in like a timeless capsule design. This is something that you can wear every day, and I feel like it'll give you a hint of brightness, a hint of cute. You know, something you need something that would dress you up like I could wear like sweats and wear this and be cute, or just my jeans and wear this and still be. You need little items that will pick you up and make you look cute. With that's the word, effortless. This definitely looks like one of those effortless cardigans. So beautiful. Love the details on the cuff, the folded cuff, and it looks like the waistband. What is that one called when it's double stitch? Maybe that's what called double knit. The waistband tie, but yeah, this is so gorgeous. I definitely want to knit something like this. But oh, this is knit from the bottom up. I have yet to knit a bottom up construction, and that's another thing that intimidates me. Well, I just like when you have top down, you can try it on as you go. I'm pretty tall, I have long arms. My torso's not all that long, but I prefer things longer, you know? So that's why I love knitting top down, because I never actually follow instructions when I get to the body. I just knit as long as I want. If I want it cropped, I'll stop crop, but I like that I can actually try it on and see. But with top down, I can't control it, especially with top down color work. I definitely want to know how to modify this on my own. So if I make this, and I honestly don't understand how it works to do sleeves when you have top down. She doesn't really give details on, but tell me, so if I'm doing a not top down, a bottom up sweater or a cardigan like this, and I do the sleeves, that means I have to knit the sleeves separately and then somehow join them. See, that part throws me off, and that's another thing that scares me, because I have these long arms. I love knitting things longer. Like most of the instructions and patterns that I watch, the sleeves, if I were to follow the instructions, would be too short. So then something like this, I wouldn't be able to control. Oh, but I'm seeing at least the cuffs, they're not in color work. So I could imagine I could put the cuffs on hold the stitches on like a piece of yarn or thread, so they can still be live stitches, so then I can go back at the end to add more length. Okay, so this has hope, because I'm starting to get intimidated, like, oh, I wouldn't be able to make this, because if I do all that beautiful work and it's too short, I'll be unhappy, because this is like a coat sweater too. I feel like I definitely want the sleeves long. But this is absolutely beautiful, and she knits it in the round and she steeks it. So again, steeking is when you knit everything in the round, add extra stitches, and eventually cut your knit. So that makes it even more exciting that you can knit this in the round and you don't have to worry about knitting flat. So yay, one day, this is definitely on my to-do. I for sure, I've had this in my Ravelry for a while, so I for sure want to knit this one, but absolutely gorgeous. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today and exploring some of these stunning knitting patterns. Actually, looking at these patterns, they're really installing in me a sense of bravery. I'm feeling bolder after having looked at these again. Hopefully you guys are feeling bold and they will inspire you as well. Let me know in the comments if any of these patterns like brought joy. You're like, oh, I can see myself knitting that. Or maybe let me know if you already knit some of these patterns, what colors you use, how much you enjoyed it. I would love to hear in the comments below. I'm thinking I really enjoyed putting this together. I might do one with Colorwork kid knits. But let me know if you'll be interested in something like that, because I have two kids. My son is 2 and my daughter's 5 years old, and as I was looking at different colorwork patterns, I was seeing so many adorable children's knit. I'm actually working on it's like, is that colorwork? I guess so. It's like a little bear print. Check out my blog post. I'm sure I talked about in my episode 3, but I am knitting one, but it's in Tarja, and that's going to be my first time doing it in Tarja. I haven't even started that part yet, but nonetheless, if you're interested in like me compiling some beautiful kid colorwork knits, let me know. Even it can be sorry. All this, I'm like, is it even recording? I thought my phone ran out of battery. But yeah, let me know if you'll be interested in seeing some stunning like kid colorwork knits, or maybe just kid patterns in general, because I get very excited about that. It's so nice knitting for my little ones, because I'm able to break into different techniques. Like I said in some of my other videos, I learned how to knit a sweater by knitting my daughter's sweater. It's like less intimidating. It goes super fast. It's quick. You get quick results. You get to learn the techniques. So I think it's so nice that I'm able to knit like these children knits to be like my entry in doing things. Like I knitted my first little color work for my kids. So when I do one of these patterns, it'll be my very first color work for adult size for myself. So very excited. But nonetheless, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, because it definitely helps my channel. And yeah, leave comments on what you're working on, color work that patterns that inspire you, and hopefully you got some inspiration from what you just watched. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.